How's it going, you guys? AZFly21 back again with another video here in our WMMA 5 save here with the UFC. Monday, week 1 of October 2020. And still the light heavyweight champion of the world is Jon Jones. Now the number 1 light heavyweight in the world after beating Jan Blachowicz in our last pay-per-view, Jones versus Blachowicz. Still your light heavyweight champion of the world. And so now we're going to see what we can do. I think we might be booking a very, very big pay-per-view in this coming month. But first, let's go ahead and check out our emails. And we have, wow, we have quite a lot going on. 100 emails, oh boy. So let's get started here. Stella Nunes. She has a fight coming up soon. Let's go ahead and get her re-signed. A lot of these people might not actually be re-signed. That's the thing. Some of these people, if they're coming off, consecutive losses or anything like that, maybe they're on the chopping block. You never know. Miles Johns. He's good for another 2 fights. Tyson Nam. Number 20 flyweight, 17, 11, and 1. Number 20 flyweight in the UFC. Coming off a win. So we'll go ahead and keep him. 2 fights. Mario Batista. He has a win, let's see. Coming off a win over Miles Johns. And he has a fight versus Joey Gomez. Give him 2 more fights. It's going to be a long video just because of all this stuff that we've got going on here. Brandon Moreno coming off a loss over Pantoja. That's good with me. Dana Botgarel beat Guido Canetti. Adesanya versus Romero. Oh, he hasn't had a fight yet in this save. Chase Hooper coming off the win over Quarantillo in-game. And he has a fight against TJ Brown at Habib versus McGregor. So that fight's already booked. So you don't have to worry about that. Speaking of TJ Brown. Downtown TJ Brown. I'll wait and see if he wins that fight. Because it looks like he might be cut if he loses against Hooper. Odie Osborne lost to Brian Kelleher. 8-3-1. I mean, it says he's pretty marketable, so we'll give him 1 more fight. And he doesn't like it. Fine, 2 fights. But you can be cut for free after a loss. Fine, 1K. Sean Woodson, 7-0, 1-0. Let's keep him around. I like doing all this, manually. I don't like leaving it to the AI, to like renegotiate all these contracts because I just don't trust it, Hope you guys are having a great, Thursday afternoon. Philip Rowe, 7-2. Welterweight. He hasn't even had a fight yet. Let's go ahead and get him in there. Bryce Mitchell, we're definitely re-signing. His fight versus Alex Caceres. Maria Agapova has a fight versus Rachel Ostovich coming up. Michelle Pajeda has a fight coming up, and he's 0-2 apparently. I mean, we're definitely going to keep him around, though. Very exciting fighter. Austin Hubbard has a fight coming up. Star Poli 0-1 has a fight coming up. Abubakar Nurmagomedov. Keep him around. Leslie Smith can be negotiated with. Number 17 featherweight in the world. Let's get her in here, even though she hates the UFC in real life. Said Nurmagomedov coming off a win. We like that. Draw on a win. Let's see. Coming off a couple losses, 6-2, low-level regional. I mean, yeah, I'll keep him around. I like him. I mean, one more loss, he might be cut though. Shabazian, of course, we're keeping. We were already in negotiations with him. Ooh. See, this is interesting. Demetrius Johnson is coming to the end of his one contract and has entered the renegotiation period. Yes. So only 2 fights in 1 championship. And Mighty Mouse Johnson is coming back to the UFC. All right. Get back in here, Mighty Mouse. Marco Madsen coming off a loss to Nad Narimani. Still keep him around. Viviana Raujo coming off a couple straight losses. We'll keep her though, especially considering she's ranked. I really doubt. Ooh, Bellator came in for Rose. Let me check that out. We're the only offer she's considering. Caitlin Shikagian. Only one she's considering. John Dodson to Bellator. Only one he's considering. Joe Rogan. Uh-oh. Is Joe Rogan? Uh-oh. What do you want, Joe Rogan? All right. Look at Joe Rogan. Stacked. Bellator approach Demetrius Johnson. Alex Munoz needs to be re-signed, coming off a loss. Daniel Rodriguez. Lost to Luigi Vendramini. I just saw him win his fight this weekend. Pretty good fight. Exciting fighter. Vadim Nemkov. Jonathan Martinez. He hasn't fought yet. Dan Helly, who are you? I'm not keeping you around, so you're good. Chaz Skelly. coming off a loss to Ryan Hall. We'll keep him around for 2 fights. At the very least. Diego Lima coming off a win, so we'll definitely keep him. I haven't actually run into anybody that I want to cut. Warley Alves coming off a win. Max Griffin coming off a loss. Coming off 2 consecutive losses. So yeah, Max Griffin, we're actually going to let go. Easy DS we have to re-sign. Ranked in the welterweight division. Fabinski. Lando Venata. Beat Scott Holtzman by TKO. He literally just won. David Tamer. He just lost as well. He was somehow ranked. He had a pretty good streak going. Yeah. Chris Gritzemacher beat Joe Lozon a while ago. Paul Felder need to be re-signed. Lost Anthony Pettis, but it was a no contest. Is he on a suspension? Medical suspension. Drew Dober. He has a fight booked. Marvin Vittori. Coming off a win. Hasn't had a fight in a while. Luke Sanders. Beat Henan Barao. That was a while ago as well. Joel Romero can be negotiated with. They're definitely going to re-sign him. He has a fight coming up against Darren Till. Sign him up for as long as we can. Korean Zombie needs to be re-signed. And I love this because all these guys are probably like, well, he's only on 40K, so he's getting actually a little bit of a bonus. Anthony Pettis. Tyler, how's it going? Anthony Pettis, how much is he on? Because he's on 162,000 a fight, and now he's only going to be making 43. And he's on a drug suspension, so I really shouldn't re-sign him. Because he's on a drug suspension, that would kind of give me a hit on my credibility. And he's on 3 losses as well. But he's high-level national. And I run the risk of, yeah, no one's offered to sign him, so I'll kind of just let his shit expire. Thomas Almeida. Coming off that loss to Holdsworth, but we're still keeping him. Rob Fonts. Coming off a win over Marlon Chito Vera. Holly Holm, who played spoiler for Caitlin Vieira. Did we update the rankings? I don't think we did. I don't think we updated the rankings after the last video. Already in negotiations. Amanda Nunes needs to be re-signed. Oh boy. She wants a bit of money. She was on 307,000, so she'll be making significantly less, which is good. Ooh, she wants the deal sweetened a little bit. What if you main event bonus? Damn, she wants a lot more, huh? Pay-per-view bonus, title bout bonus. Just give her a little of everything. There we go. McDonald recovers. Khalid Taha has completed his drug test failure suspension. Okay. Luke Rockhold has returned from a hiatus. So now we can book Luke Rockhold, who's mid-level national. He's on a little bit of a losing streak, but Luke Rockhold's back. We can definitely work something out with that this next upcoming month. Condorate, complete suspension. Yeah, we're going to cut him loose anyways. Ishihara. Yeah. He can go as well. Kenny Florian. Keeping him. He wants a little bit more cheddar. There you go, K-Flow. Laura Sanko. We'll let her contract expire because we don't need her. Jennifer Maya. Keep her around. She's a ranked flyweight. Corey Sandhagen, definitely going to keep him. Marcus Perez. Julian Marquez. Coming out for loss. From a while ago as well. Yeah, we'll go ahead and release him. Emily Whitmire. She has a fight scheduled in Invicta. We'll let her stuff expire as well. Melinda Fabian. No. And Kalaev. Can always use light heavyweights. Guimaraes. Brian Kamazi. Jeff Neal. Oh, what the hell? No, we'll cut him as well. Lonzo Menafield. No longer. Oh, he's still undefeated and ranked, so we're going to keep him. Joe Rogan, we already had contact with him. Julia Budd, I see that. Andrea Lee. Gotta keep her. Ooh, now this is interesting. Julia Budd, renegotiation period. So let's snatch up Julia Budd, the number 3 featherweight in the world. Okay. Michael Venom Page. That's also very interesting. He has 2 wins in this save. Low-level national in the British Isles. That's good to know. One of the offers comes straight in with 11K. Look at that. He should do really well in this save, I think. And then Rafael Carvalho as well has a win. Or is he on a drug suspension? Eesh, yeah. Hold off on him. Francis Ngannou needs to be re-signed. He's on 153k, and now he'll only be making like 56. Overeem needs to be re-signed. He was on 800,000 a fight. Wow. Stylebender versus the Showboat Style of MVP would be an interesting fight. It sure would. It really would. And well, I think they're in different weight classes, but I mean, welterweight, middleweight, not that far apart. Alistair Overeem will keep him UFC guy for life. And he's not happy, huh? Give him a big main event bonus because he probably won't. Pay-per-view bonus, title bout bonus. We'll give him a big old title bonus. There we go. Marcos Rogerio de Lima. He's ranked, so we'll keep him. Ion Cutelaba. Keep him as well. Cormier. That is a no-brainer. Oh, whoops. Hopefully he stays around for 6 more fights. Wheatsharek. Coming off a loss. We'll give him 2 more fights. And then that is it for those emails. Now let's see. On the market, Randy Couture. What? Boss Rutan. You mean as commentators? So yeah, it looks like we're going to get Demetrius Johnson back. So let's just go down the line and see if there's anyone interesting. Nah, not 16 and 10. Ooh, Bibiano Fernandez. He's already 40 years old. Low-level national. But I definitely would like him. One of the 2 offers. What about 8,500? Castro, no. Ooh, Angela Lee, let's go. We're just stealing him away from one championship, everybody. She's coming off a loss, but low-level national in Asia. If anything, I could send her to Invicta, one of the 2 offers. Yep, Michael Page, Artem Lobov, get him back. William Macario, Edward Fulliang, Carl Moore, light heavyweight from Ireland, beat Tyree Fortune. Why not? Just picking everybody out. I won't be upset if he doesn't take that. KV123, happy to see you here. Appreciate the support, whether it's here or whether it's on YouTube. Kiefer Crosby coming off a loss. So I'm kind of just going through all these, all the news feed right now, just to see if there's anyone that I can, pick up. It looks like we're gonna get Demetrius Johnson back into the UFC. So that's a plus for sure. Rena Machnet, good lord, Machnetkina. There we go. One of 2 offers. I wonder if Bellator is going to want to get into bidding wars with me over some of these fighters. Tyler McGuire, 11 and 1. Coming off a loss, I'll say no to that. Beck Rawlings, no thanks. Nick Newell, that's the one-armed fighter. We won't sign him. Rafael oh yeah, he's on a drug suspension, so we're not going to go after him. Anyone after this is not overly exciting. Michael Pasternak. Leslie Smith. Patrick Mix. Who is this? Just got WMMA 5. Any tips for someone new to the game? At first, it will be a little overwhelming. Just because there's obviously a lot to do. Honestly, if you just play the game your way, you will definitely figure things out as you go along. So maybe I would say, at first, don't do a save that you're intending to do like long term, like I am. Maybe just have a save where you're kind of just going through the motions, trying to figure out what you're doing, you know? Don't go straight into it and go, okay, this save is my UFC save, and I'm going to just do it here. No, maybe do a save where you do like another company and you kind of just get your bearings a little bit. Because the game is a little bit overwhelming. Obviously, there's a lot of like news to go through, a lot of emails, you know, the contract negotiations, and if you like miss one, you know, like if you miss one email, that could be the difference between you landing a fighter on a new contract or you potentially like losing John Jones to Bellator because you missed something, you know? A lot of attention to detail. So this guy's 27 years old, bantamweight prospect out of New York, but he's coming off a loss. So no. He was undefeated, but no longer. Brandon Royval. This guy actually is just so he's coming off a win here, and he just fought this weekend, and now he's ranked in the flyweight division in the UFC. So good for him, and I'm gonna sign him up here too. He's the flyweight champion in LFA. Let's see. See, a lot of these women would be nice to have in like Invicta, but I'm not really touching it right now. Ooh, Logan Storley, 12-0. 12-0 welterweight. And he has a win, so. But I mean, honestly, any questions you have at all, feel free to ask in the comments section on YouTube. Feel free to DM me on Twitter. I'm always open to discussion, and I'm always here to help. So don't be shy. Let's get this kid from Bellator. Undefeated. Nice little prospect. Caitlin McEwen. 6-1 from Australia. Not a bad looking chick. Coming off a win as well. Let's get her in here. James Nakashima. Also from one. He has a fight coming up. So we're kind of running the risk of signing him and then he loses. But I'm willing to do it. You would want 2 guaranteed fights, sure. Four and 0, not good enough. 4-0, not good enough. You're just a baby, essentially. Manny Vasquez. He turned into a good prospect in my last save. But in here, he already has a loss. So I'm not sure. I'll hold off on him for now. Because he turns into like a top 15 talent in my in the mod from like a year ago. But now he's having a little bit of trouble. Kyle Crutchmer, 6-0. 6-0 welterweight. 5'8 welterweight. I will hold off on him for now. 6-0, 3-0, and 1. Undefeated women's fighters are very rare to come by. So we'll definitely pick her up. Even at 6-1, she'd be a good signing. Should she lose that fight coming up. About to come to an end. American boom period. Okay. So that's all of our emails and whatnot taken care of. So now let's go into our rankings. And no, it did get updated. So Volkov moves up. Alexei Oleinik moves down in the heavyweights. Blachowicz goes down to 7. Everyone else moves up. So it looks... So Reyes, it looks like... Reyes is the next challenger to John Jones. Uzdemir lost to Gustafsson, and why is he still at number 3? Okay. Anyone at the bottom-ish area? No. Alright, Adesanya Whittaker. That can potentially happen again because Whittaker is the next challenger to the middleweight championship. And Ngannou's already booked up. GSP. McGregor's already booked up. Holloway, I believe, is already booked up. Is the Jan fight booked up? I don't know, but the heavyweight one is for sure, I know. Yes. Alright, so Akhmedov moves to 16. Hall moves down 1. Theodore moves up 1. Shabazian down to 21st. Yikes. Welterweight. GSP is ready. Usman is not. 26 days. So I think one more month and then Usman GSP is going to happen. And then after GSP, Chiesa is next in line. Edwards moves up to number 8. Gunnar Nelson moves down to number 16. Lightweight, no movement. Habib and Connor's already booked up. Volkanovski is booked to fight against Holloway again. No movement in the division. Bantamweights. That's right. Cejudo's now fighting Moraes for the title because Piotr Jan got injured. He's out for 2 months. So now Henry Cejudo is defending his title against Marlon Moraes. And that's actually at the next pay-per-view. Cormier versus Ngannou. Uriah Faber up to number 4. A couple people moved down. Ricky Simone up to number 12. Ray Borg up to 15. John Dodson down to 16. Garbrandt moves up 1. Edgar down to number 18. Simone beating Frankie Edgar. Uriah Faber. Is he on a little bit of a win streak? Yeah. Frankie Edgar and John Dodson. I mean, he already lost to Jan, but maybe him and Dillashaw? When Dillashaw comes back? That could be an interesting fight to make, because Dillashaw's back soon. I'm talking 2 months soon. And when's Faber back? In about 2 months. So that's probably going to be what we end up doing, is Faber versus Dillashaw. And then Jan, of course, will fight for the title. He'll fight the winner of Cejudo and Moraes. We'll just change that. Pantoja versus De Silva. The winner of that fight is facing off against Benavidez. And that is soon, that fight. Any movement in the other weight class, though? Yeah, we already went over it. Baby Latov up, Espinosa down, McCall up to 16, Damasio Page up at 21st. Women's featherweight, Felicia Spencer still number 1 after getting the win over Ibragimova. And I believe the semifinals should already be set for that little tournament we got going on. Marion Renault goes up to number 2. Holly Holm up to number 3. Aldana and Ladd move down. Everyone moves up because Caitlin Vieira moves down to number 11. Pena and Morris move up. Mace Chiasson all the way down to number 14. So I'm thinking, who's Aldana fighting? Rocky Pennington? Renault getting a win over Chiasson. Holm versus Renault. Winner faces Nunes. When's Aspen Ladd back? It's 2 months. Who's Landsberg fighting? GDR. Sarah McMahon. I'm thinking right now maybe Renault versus Holm. And then the winner of that fights Nunes. She's back in about 2 months. Renault is back in about a month. We'll kind of see how it plays out, because right now there's really no contender for Nunes at bantamweight. Flyweight, it's going to be Chukagian. We know that for a fact. Shevchenko is good to go. Last defended her title against JoJo Calderwood. When is Chukagian good to go? 19 days. So we could do a quick turnaround for her, and maybe have her on this pay-per-view fight for the title. Only mid-level regional though. So maybe it would be on an ABC card. What is Shevchenko's popularity? Mid-level national. So she'd be able to cut it. Robertson, Calderwood, Barber, Maya. Everyone moves up and Murphy moves down. Suarez moves up. Namajunas moves down. We know Suarez is fighting Zhang for the title. That is who is next. Unless, what's going on with Suarez? What is she doing here? Oh, that's right. It isn't Suarez. Suarez is fighting Carla Esparza. That's right. I need to make sure that I set up all these too. I need to make sure I set up all these. These will probably be what I worry about first. Yeah, just to make sure that everything gets booked up for that month too. Yeah, because the winner of Suarez and Esparza will be fighting Zhang. Zhang is back in a month. Esparza's back in 5 days to be booked up for that main event. Jandiroba is good to go. And that's it. Okay. So we got a lot of people that we have offered contracts to. Let's see here. Stephanie Egger, Cornelia Holm. Okay. So Perry. Who's Perry supposed to be fighting? Versus Wonder Boy. There we go. Alright, Wonder Boy had to take a little bit of an extra money for that. It is what it is. Suarez versus Sparsa, Heinisch, and Borg. Heinisch, Kennedy, Borg, Wood. Low-level national. High-level regional. Low-level national. And then Borg versus Wood, what was that? High-level regional. France versus Babylatov, mid-level regional. Okay, so that's how that one will go. The Borg versus Wood fight, I feel means a little... No, but is it high-level regional? Yeah, so... That's fine. Suarez still needs her opponent to be ready to go. Dos Anjos. Alright, Silver Hermansen is good. Luque versus Askren is good. Maya versus Dos Anjos. Pedro versus Walker. Kron versus Lamas. So it's just Maya versus Dos Anjos. That's low-level international. SC Fac, great name. Thank you for the follow. KV123, thank you for the follow as well. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for the support as always. Johnny Walker, Tyson Pedro, Kohea and Morris, low-level national. Kron and Ricardo, mid-level national. Luque Askren, mid-level national. Anderson and Hermansen, low-level international. Okay. So we're good there. So that card is taken care of. Fac is your surname. Well, I'm sorry to have sorry if I insulted you. Is that a German name, or I'm legitimately curious now. I'm sure you've heard of the Eminem song, Fac. All right, now 256. Prelims. Jeff Neal. Everyone's good on there. Prelims. Roxanne versus Barella. Yep. It's only one, and it's Jeff Neal versus Rocco. Actually, Fackman, English, but I think it's a Swedish name of all things, and yes, I'm well aware of the Eminem song. Yeah, sorry again if I insulted you. It was not my first guess that it would actually be your name. Where is Rocco at? Five days recovery. I mean, I'm tempted to just give it to Gilbert Burns or Easy DS. Screw it, let's just do Easy DS instead. card. So the only one that needs to be booked up there is Suarez versus Sparsa. Alright, so here's a rundown of what we got going on for this month. UFC on ESPN, Blades versus Volkov. UFC on ABC, Brunson versus Weidman. UFC on ESPN, Ponzinibbio versus Colby Covington. And then UFC 255, Cormier versus Ngannou. Main card is as follows: Brian Ortega versus Zabit Magomedsharipov. Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Angela Hill. Jamie Rivera versus Dominic Cruz. Henry Cejudo versus Marlon Moraes for the bantamweight title. And Daniel Cormier versus Francis Ngannou for the heavyweight championship of the world. UFC on ABC, Diaz versus Masvidal 2. UFC on ESPN in France, which is going to be Esparza versus Suarez. UFC on ESPN, which is going to be Silva versus Hermanson, Anderson Silva. And then UFC 256, Khabib versus McGregor 2. Volkanovski Holloway, co-main event for the featherweight title. Aldo versus Aljamain Sterling. Tony Ferguson versus Robbie Lawler. Yoel Romero versus Darren Till. That is a stacked card. So let's see what champions we have available. I think I already know. Adesanya Whittaker. Usman St. Pierre will happen probably next month. Benavidez, no, he's waiting on the Pantoja de Silva winner. Nunes is kind of waiting on that division to figure itself out. So Shevchenko and Chookagian. I'm thinking that I might do that as the ABC headliner. Yes. Hopefully she'll fight Chookagian, and hopefully Chookagian doesn't mess up the draw of the card that much. But let me go back over here. Mid-level international Australia. Mid-level national in Australia. So we are going to have UFC 257 Adesanya versus Whittaker 2 in Australia. Now where we're gonna have the rest of the fight cards, I'm not 100% sure of. This will be our last fight. This will be our last pay-per-view of the year. That's interesting. December, Saturday, week 4. Advanced Publicity Blitz in Australia. Ooh, or New Zealand. Ooh, see. New Zealand interests me. Because it's basically the same as all the other Australian, places. And it would be for Adesanya, his rematch. Why does it say Benavidez versus Figueiredo happened there? Wasn't that? Where was that fight? Hold on. Where was this at? It was in Virginia. Yeah, it was in Virginia. Yeah, Yeah, I don't know why it says New Zealand, but all right, UFC 257 in New Zealand. Let's do it. It's probably only going to draw like 5,000 people, I'd imagine, because it's not very lucrative. But this is a big card we're going to be bringing there. So, I mean, let's do it. Or should we just go to Australia? No, because it's for ADESANYA. All right. There we are. UFC 257. High level international. Boom. ADESANYA and Whittaker fighting once again. Now for the rest of these cards, let's see. Who do we have available? So Yair Rozenstruik, mid-level regional. I doubt he can really headline a card. Unless it was in the Caribbean, maybe. Caribbean card? That could be interesting. I think he would be able to main event. As long as it was against someone, you know, a little top tier. Derek Lewis. 12 days, he's back. He hasn't fought Rozenstruik. Ooh, I like that idea. Tuivasa, is he going to be available for this card? He is. Okay. So Tuivasa is available for that Australia card. But who will he fight? When's Cain Velasquez back? 5 days. Ooh, Velasquez versus Rozenstruik? And Lewis Tuivasa? Have Lewis and Tuivasa fought already? They have not. Lewis is coming off a loss. Tuivasa is coming off a win. Cain Velasquez versus Rozenstruik in the Caribbean. And then Lewis Tuivasa. I like that. All right. So, Caribbean. Rozenstruik versus Cain. And then UFC 247, or Australia, I should say. Tuivasa versus Lewis. That way, we're able to, you know, Rozenstruik's able to have, you know, a little bit of a hometown. It'll say Caribbean, but let's just pretend that it's Suriname. You know what I mean? Or we could just say, there's no like South America generic country. That sucks. But where is he the most popular? America, South America, Central America? Yeah, Central America. Oh yeah, Central America. Okay. When's JDS back? I don't think he's back for a while. 19 days after beating Oleinik. Miocic. Back in 4 months, okay. So I don't think JDS is going to have anything to do for a while. At least not this month, no, because everyone else is booked up for right now. Reyes, we know, is fighting Jones. Serkinov and Santos. I know Serkinov got knocked out by Walker, which is... Where is he at? He's right here. So Serkinov, Santos, have they fought? They have not. That could be pretty easy right there. Serkinov and Santos. Low-level national in Canada. So I'm kind of just, brainstorming. Random. Serkinov versus Santos. Uzdemir, when is he back? 47 days. And why is he number 3 if he lost to Gustafsson? When's Gustafsson back? 33 days. I don't know on board. How's it going? So he's back in 33 days, so a month. So probably next month. And I'm probably going to schedule a fight card around him. Probably do something in Scandinavia for him. Shogun back in 2 months. Blachowicz, when is he back? 40 days. So yeah, Serkinov to Santos looks to be the move. When's Smith back? Got knocked out. So yeah, after 4 months. Corey Anderson. 26 days until he's back. OSP. He's back already. Him versus Krylov, maybe. Is he coming off a win? He's not. OSP versus Krylov still makes some sense. Sam Alvey. Beat Khalil Roundtree. Recuperating 33 days. Kutalaba just lost, right? Or no, he just... Wait, hold on. Did he... He's coming off a win, but he's not back for another month and a half. Oleksichuk. Coming off a loss. 19 days. I'm thinking OSP Krylov. Have they fought before? Yeah, April 2019. And he's fought Oleksichuk recently too. So Krylov and OSP definitely need a fight, but not against each other. Kutalaba's not back for 47 days. Eric Anders, coming off a win. 47 days, jeez. And Tigilov, coming off a win, he's ready. OSP and Tigilov and Krylov versus Prohashka. But Prohashka shouldn't be fighting someone that highly ranked, you know? You should kind of get not a gimme fight, but, something a little more his style, a little easier for him. But then what's Krylov going to do? Jim Crute, coming off a loss, 2 months. Roundtree's coming off a loss as well, 40 days. Menefield, he might be back soon. Ooh, Menefield. I like that. Menefield versus Krylov. OSP Antigulov. Has he fought him? He is not. And Antigulov's coming off a win, right? Yes. Okay. Krylov versus Menefield. So those two already booked. Brad Tavares, not back for 40 days. Costa, 47 days. Jacare, 40 days. Yeah, not much going on in middleweight then. Cannonier, 4 months, jeez. Jotko's on hiatus. Ridiculous. Kelvin, 2 months. Jeez, middleweight's kind kind of iffy right now. David Branch, I know he's on suspension, right? For a year. God. Akhmedov he literally just won. 26 days. Shabazian, he just lost, so no. Kevin Holland? 19 days. He's only low-level regional, though. So maybe give Holland a gimme fight. Something to build him up a little bit. So far, the only place that I have for cards are the Caribbean and then Australia for the pay-per-view. When is Nick Diaz back? 4 months. GSP, we already know about Chiesa. He's next in line, so he's not going to want to, mess that up. Woodley. That's right. 7 months. Leon, maybe he can do a quick turnaround. It's 2 months. Rory McDonald. 12 days. British Columbia, maybe an Ottawa maybe a Canada show. High Level National for the return of the Red King. But who would he fight? Leon Edwards isn't back. Gilbert Burns? Gilbert Burns? Gunnar Nelson? Lost to Leon Edwards. 3 months. Anthony Martin. I'm thinking Gilbert Burns. What is he like in Canada? Mid-level regional. Would Rory even fight him? Well, nonetheless, Rory's getting his own card. Canada somewhere. And then Rory versus Burns. Rocco Martin's back soon. 5 days. Neil Magny is back in 3 months. Warley Alves. 5 days. Martin versus Alves. Done and dusted. Easy enough. Yeah, Quinta. After beating Dustin, what do we have him do? He's back in about a month, so I'm probably going to hold off on him. When's Poirier back? 2 months. We kind of have to let everything else figure itself out, because he's fighting Connor. What's your Quinta's, resume look like? Hernandez and Poirier. I still feel like he would need one more win. Gaethje? 19 days. He just lost to Connor. We can have Gaethje on the next card. Probably on the pay-per-view. Moicano? 26 days. He just lost to Dariush, who's back in 40 days for some reason. Kevin Lee. Back in a month. Paul Felder. Back in 3 months. TJ Grant. 19 days. Low-level national in Canada. So TJ Grant. Maybe against Carlos Diego Fajeda? He just lost to him. Rustam Kabalov. Coming off a win over David Tamer. So I'm thinking Grant Kabalov in Canada. So now Diego Fajeda. He's coming off a loss, correct? Yep. So we're not going to be having him fight Gaethje. Gaethje might end up fighting someone in a higher weight class. Because he can fight at welter. No, at welter. But there's no one really available. When's Leon back? Yeah. I'd love to have Justin on the card. He can't fight at featherweight, can he? He can. I mean, Moicano's back sooner than Dariush, and it'd be a fight up for him to face Gaethje. Yaquinta versus Gaethje. Is that doable? I mean, it is, really. It would be like a quick turnaround for him. Gaethje versus Yaquinta? And then if Yaquinta were to win that, that'd basically secure him a title shot. Because who's everybody else fighting? Gillespie's fighting. The Bronx. Who's Tony fighting? Robbie Lawler. James Vick. He's back in 47 days. Who's that featherweight? Lentz versus Jakashi. Can we do that? They haven't fought. Isn't Lentz Canadian? No. Is there anyone at featherweight for him? Edson Barbosa again? I mean, we can do the Barbosa fight again. He just lost to Chad Mendes at featherweight. Chad Mendes, meanwhile, 47 days till he's back. Jeremy Stevens, 5 days, just lost to Jose Aldo. Can he go up to lightweight? He definitely could. Stevens versus Gaethje? Mendes isn't back for a while. Poof, he's out for a long time. Jeez. I'm thinking Stevens Gaethje might be the move here. Because otherwise it'd be Edson, who's back soon. But he fought Gaethje already. And Stevens Gaethje would be an absolute war. I'll definitely look into that. The only thing is maybe I kind of want Edson to be able to do something. But no one's really available. Calvin Kattar? 40 days. And I mean, he's not going to fight a guy who's like low-level regional. No, he's not. Maybe someone at bantamweight who can jump up instead. Coming off a loss to Grundy. Ige coming off a loss to Gracie. So, Grundy Taha. Looks to be it. And then Amirkhani versus Ige. Easy enough. When's Jan back? 55, so 2 months. Uriah Faber. We kind of have Dillashaw planned out for him. No. I mean, Frankie Edgar. He's back in 2 months. So we kind of just don't have anything for Gaethje right now. Cody Garbrandt. 26 days. He can fight at featherweight. Uh-oh. Are we running the risk of having him lose another fight? He's still only low-level regional. Cody Garbrandt versus Gaethje at featherweight. No, we're going to do Yaquinta Gaethje. Because it hasn't happened yet, right? It hasn't. And it'll take a little bit of waiting, but we're going to do it. Oh, that Stevens fight, though. You know what? Yeah. We'll do the Stevens fight, because he can go up to lightweight. Perfect. Okay. So Simone's not going to be back, right? 12 days, huh? Font. Nope. John Dodson. Maybe Simone versus Garbrandt? Vera versus... When's Kenny back? Simone versus Garbrandt. We'll go ahead and do this. Simone versus Garbrandt. Quick turnaround, but why not? Kenny versus Vera. And Perez versus somebody. Figueroa's not back for another 2 months. Bontorin's good to go. Dustin Ortiz, 26 days. We'll hold off. Bagautinov. Nope. Alex Perez. So I'm thinking Bontorin versus Perez. Jared Brooks, coming off a loss to Alex Perez. Nicolau. Doskelchuk's coming off a loss. So Brooks versus Nicolau. This guy's coming off a loss to Candido. 40 days. 54 days. Tyson Nam, who's coming off a win, right? 12 days. Doskelchuk versus Nam. What about Page? 40 days. Inoue. 5 days. Inoue versus... Okay, what about Oji Kubo? 3 months. Candido's good to go. Has a win over Doskelchuk. So I'm thinking Candido Nam. Candido Nam, Doskelchuk Inoue. Women's featherweight, there's a tournament going on, so we'll kind of wait on that. It looks like Megan Anderson's ready to be booked, though. But who is their semifinal against? Probably against Leah Letson. It's either Letson or Lemos. Letson is back 5 days. Lemos is good to go. Spencer is back in a month. So Megan Anderson will be able to have her semifinal match. And she's going to fight in Australia. Hell yeah. Mid-level regional in Australia. So I don't know if she'll be able to be on the main card. Let's see when everybody's back. Renault, 26 days. Home, 47. So we're going to wait out on that fight because that's the fight that we are going to make. Renault versus Home. Lad's back in 2 months. Vieira, Jesus. 3 months. Pena on hiatus, that's right. Chason just lost. 26 days, that's all, huh? Avila, 2 months. Jojua beat Panikianzad. Jojua Cortez is what I'm thinking. Jojua Cortez. Kianzad versus Rosa. And then WMMA versus somebody. Ooh, in New Zealand, too. So yeah, WMMA is definitely on the New Zealand card. Or the Australia card. Was it in Australia or New Zealand? It's in New Zealand. Shevchenko versus Chukagian. Mid-level national in Canada. So far, where do we have cards at? Canada, Caribbean, New Zealand. So those are only 3 cards. So we have one more place we could put it. So one more card. Low-level national in Russia. I'm not going to go to Russia. Low-level national in Europe. Mid-level national in the U.S. Should be main eventing anyways. What about Chukagian? Where is she the most popular? Mid-level regional in U.S. That's about it. New Jersey. Based in South America, Tiger Muay Thai team. I mean, New Jersey? Have a card New Jersey? That's Chukagian's home state. I'm thinking New Jersey. How popular is she in like Australia, New Zealand? Mid-level regional, so no. Yeah, New Jersey. Okay. De La Rosa. De La Rosa versus Robertson. When's Lee back? 26 days. When's I back? 19 days. I versus De La Rosa? Have they ever fought? Mm-mm. I, De La Rosa. Robert, has JoJo back soon or no? 26 days. Robertson Maya. Maya's coming off a loss to De La Rosa. And I would set up Lee versus Calderwood. Murphy's not back. Molly McCann. Beat Paige Van Zant. So maybe we hold off on I for now and just do De La Rosa versus Robertson. And then Maya versus McCann. And then just do Lee versus I. Yeah, let's do that. What up, Gluttony? When's Paige back? 40 days, we'll hold off. Vanessa Porto, 2 months. When's my baby girl back? 12 days. We'll hold off on that. We'll hold off on the rest, yeah. Because none of these fighters really need to be booked right now. Esparza needs to be booked against Suarez, that's about it. Now Mayunas isn't back for another 2 months. Xiaonan Yan beat Andrade. but she's not back for 2 months. Jandaroba is good to go. Claudia Gadella, 33 days. Andrade, 40 days. Grasso, 33 days. Courtney Casey's good to go. Maybe her versus Jandaroba. She just lost to Cynthia Calvillo. Jessica Aguilar beat Kovalevich. She's good to go. Aguilar versus Jandaroba. She just beat Randa Marcos, right? Yeah. So Jandaroba versus Aguilar. Looks like what we're going to do here. Casey versus Calvillo. Maybe Ribas versus Casey. Yeah, we need to get her going. Calvillo Rodriguez rematch. And then Kovalevich versus Frey. And then we're all good. So let's just set up the rest of these cards. So we're going to be in Canada somewhere. Caribbean, New Zealand, and New Jersey. And then, of course, New Zealand. So let's see. We're already running on about an hour and a half here. I tell ya, this takes a while to do. So let's go ahead and do the Canada card first. Saturday, week 1 of December. And, the Rory card. Yeah, we'll make that the ABC card against Gilbert Burns. Or should we? No. The ABC card should be the championship one, yeah. Going to British Columbia, boys. Alright. Next one is the Caribbean. Or we'll do the New Jersey one next. Nice. Lesser show. We can always change it around just in case. But yeah. Saturday week 2. And then Caribbean, or not Caribbean, Central America. Let's see, where is Suriname at? It's in South America. So we don't gain much by going to Central America, so we'll just go to the Caribbean. And we'll pretend that's where he is from. Sorry, I've been really quiet. I'm really in the zone here trying to figure out what I'm going to do with ADESANYA versus Whittaker here. Because Grant versus Kabalov, and then Roy versus Burns will be the main event. New Jersey show. It's set up for Shevchenko and Shukagian to have a... Will GSP get a fight? GSP's fighting Usman for the welterweight title, but that's probably going to be next month in game. And that will probably... Where do I even put that fight? Maybe Quebec? Maybe Quebec, Canada? But yeah, he's going to be fighting for the title. Alright, so that will be the main event of that ABC card. That's subject to change if it's not looking too good. And then this Caribbean card, it's going to be Jairzinho versus Cain Velasquez. Frank Mir being pretty popular, and we have him back. That's good to know. Cody Garbrandt is going to be fighting Ricky Simone, probably on the pay-per-view. Jandaroba. Who do I have her fighting? Aguilar? I don't know about that on the pay-per-view, though. Amanda Rebus versus Courtney Casey, though. Aren't they good to go? It says it'd be a prelim. No, I'd want them to be on a main card somewhere. Because I want Rebus to get a little bit more exposure. No, Forrest Griffin should not come out of Forrest Griffin should not come out of retirement. He's too old. High level regional. So GSP we're saving because he's going to be fighting for the title later on. Luke Rockhold is interesting. Frank Mir is definitely interesting. Johnny Hendricks is interesting. I'm just looking at everyone who has good... Oh, this guy. This Gordon Berkman guy, for whatever reason. So I'm just looking over everyone who has good, popularity. So Luke Rockhold. He's in the light heavyweight division, but he's number 18 middleweight in the world. So who can he fight? Who do we have Serkinov fighting? Santos. I wonder if that can happen on the pay-per-view. Because they've already fought. Or no, they didn't. Dominic Reyes. Ooh, Corey Anderson. I didn't even think about that. Jim Crute. We'll need him on the show. Corey Anderson seems like a pretty good idea. OSP. No, OSP already have an opponent for Antigulov. But I'm liking Corey Anderson because I didn't have anything planned for him. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Now, Johnny Hendricks. Johnny Hendricks. Serkinov. Who is Serkinov supposed to fight? Thiago Santos, right? I doubt that would be a main card fight here. It's just scraping onto the main show. OSP Antigulov. Nope. Krylov Menefield, no. Lens Chikashi. I'm looking over some of these fights. Do I really have nothing going on in the heavyweight division? I mean, Luis Tuivasa, Rosenstrike Velasquez. That's about it, though. Samir Hendricks, Matt Brown. The Gordon Berkman guy. No. Sergey Spivak. It was the level regional. Why? What about Hendricks versus... He can only go to 190. Prelims. Jesus, nobody popular here. just scraping onto the main show. Perhaps just make it onto the main show. Maybe headline the prelims. Catch weight. I mean, Hendricks GSP would be a great main event, obviously, but we have something already planned for him. Serkinov would be good, but we have something going on for him already. God, this lightweight main show fight. Middleweight, can he fight up? Ooh, he can. Davi Ramos. High level national, this one. This would be a main show fight. Gamrot. Jikeshi. We already had something planned for him, though. Gamrot, though? No. Boom. Let's just say it's that welterweight. Save everybody's time. Okay, Jandaroba. Doesn't look like that's going to do it anywhere there. Jikeshi versus Ramos would be really good. I had already planned out Lentz versus Jikeshi. Would Lentz versus Jikeshi not be good? Prelims. This is very strange. Mir Brown. What about Bantamweight O'Malley? Prelims, huh? He's mid-level regional, that's why. Alright, see you later, Glenny. I've got shit to figure out anyways. Anderson versus Lemos. Bro, this is so weird. It's looking like I might have to do that Ramos Jakashi fight. Okay, Matt Brown. Jakashi Ramos looks like it's the way to go. Yeah, sorry. Where are you at? Sorry, Nick Lentz. The Garbrandt versus Simone. That might not be very great. Because what is Simone here in Australia? That's not great. He's low-level national in Australia. He'd be better served on maybe on the New Jersey card or the Caribbean card. I don't know. Can we have another? Have him run through, see if there's any main event caliber fights, and it's all going to be George St. Pierre. Yep. It's all going to be George St. Pierre fights. But I'm not bringing him back, you know? Not for this show. He's got a title fight in the near future. What a weird pay-per-view it's gonna be too. Because it's like a couple people returning, you know. Maybe Frank Mir would do better on the Caribbean show. It's all just George St. Pierre, which I understand. I might just throw Megan Anderson's fight on there just cause, you know. Cause yeah, it's all just gonna be George St. Pierre fights. And boy, is this taking a while. Yep. Brad Riddell, Shane Young. We'll check it. Coming up a loss too. Ridiculous. Maybe Joseph Benavidez can fight at like bantamweight, just a random fight, you know? That would ooh, hey. But that would kill the momentum of Sean O'Malley. Says this would be a main show fight. I have no idea what I'm gonna do here. I could just put Benavidez on the card. Benavidez versus Jan. Jan would be back. Jan versus Garbrandt instead of Simone. Main show fight. Do you risk Cody Garbrandt winning that fight though? He's already got a title fight lined up. It should be okay. Because if that'll make the main show and he's on a losing streak, he's mid-level regional. And he's low regional. But he has a lot more momentum. I feel like it'll be okay. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Okay, so Serkinov versus Santos. Where will that fit in? It says main show fight here. But it won't on the pay-per-view? Either on the prelims or maybe just scraping on, because he's low-level regional there. But in America, it's different. Okay. OSP and Tigilov. Best suited to the prelims. Potential main event in British Columbia. Strong main event in the Caribbean. I feel like just about anything would be one, so that's important. Krylov versus Menefield. Where's Menafield at? Low-level regional worldwide. I feel like that one should go on the Caribbean card. Holland versus a can. That we can probably do. We'll do this one. Rocco versus Warley. Where are they at in Canada? Mid-level regional. Low-level regional. Nah, they'll be on the pay-per-view prelims. Hold up, that's right. I have to leave space for Stevens Gaethje and Tuivasa Lewis. Hold up. Hold the phone. Did I completely mess up? I might have, yeah. So Rockhold Anderson can still go somewhere. Maybe on the ABC card. Isn't Anderson? Where's Anderson from? Illinois. Okay. That works though. We'll give Corey the little extra money. And then Ramos versus Jakashi doesn't have to happen now. Because we still have Stevens, Gaethje, and then Tuivasa Lewis. How close of a fight was this going to be? Pretty close fight. We'll leave it up there, and then we can move the Garbrandt-Simone fight to the Caribbean. Where's Garbrandt the most popular? America. Mid-level national Canada too. Okay. Save the 2 spots for there. Hopefully Gaethje's popular in Australia. Really? What about Stevens? High level regional going down. I feel like that'll be okay though. Irregardless, that's where I'm gonna have it. What about Tuivasa Lewis? How would that work? Low level national. Mid-level region. I feel like that'd be okay. Either way, that's what it's gonna be. That's a weird card, but okay. Okay, Rocco versus Warley. It's gonna be on the prelims. Taha versus Grundy. Which is what, featherweight? Best to do the prelims. Main show fight, but not a main event. Strong main event. So you have to leave one space. So really there's only one more spot. All right, one more spot for that card. Amir Khani versus Ige. Chito Vera versus Kenny. Alejandro Perez versus somebody. mean, even though it's not New Zealand, so really should put that fight in the Caribbean as a main card fight. There's 2 more fights in Canada. Two more. 1 more. Kolkavich versus Frey. See, all of these are probably going to be prelim fights somewhere. Rebus versus Casey, I won on a main card. Robertson versus De La Rosa, though, I won on a main card as well. I think Jillian Robertson is from Canada, so probably that one. Main show fight, good. Okay, so that's good. And then Rebus versus Casey. Okay, one more here. Bontorn versus Perez. Okay, Mir versus Rothwell, OSP and Tigilov, Taha Grundy, De La Rosa versus Robertson, Grant versus Kabalov. He still has to be put on there. And then, of course, the main event is going to be Rory versus Burns. Still only 2 more fights for this one. Mir versus Rothwell. Main show fight, okay. So Bontorn versus Perez. Brooks versus Nicolau. Candido versus Nam. Doskelchuk versus Inoue. Jojua versus Cortez. Kianzad versus Rosa. Potential main events. No. Maya versus McCann. Jandaroba versus Aguilar. Still gotta move one over to the ABC card. Mm. Mm. So that's all good. This needs one more fight. That's the only thing I'm struggling with, this ABC card. Because, I mean, that's... And then... Simone versus Garbrandt needs to be added to it, but... Apart from that, just one more card. Or one more fight, I should say, is needed. None of these fights will be able to do it. Okay, 1, 2. So we only have one more prelim spot left there. Kavich, who is she supposed to fight? Frey? Kovalkiewicz for Vanderoba. About Vanderoba, who is she supposed to fight? Shangarilda versus Aguilar. What's Aguilar like in USA? High level regional. I don't know about that. Calvillo versus Rodriguez. This would definitely be a main show fight. No. Matt Brown? Lyman Good? Okay, we got some options here. Okay, so now we know for a fact this is going to be fine. Dope. And then potential main events. Main show fight, high level regional. Main show fight, high level regional. Main show mid-level regional. And that'll probably end up being the co-main, I imagine. Okay, so then Matt Brown versus somebody. Who else is on there? Nick Lentz. Lyman Good, Bilal Muhammad. Maxime Schvetz. High level national. Danny Roberts. Sean Brady. I'm thinking Sean Brady. If he'll fight him. He will. All right. Nice debut for Sean Brady. Mid-level national. Who's he fighting? I'd say that goes right. Probably like right there-ish. High-level national. High-level national. Yeah, that's about right. And the other two big fights still have to be put on there. Pietri Stevens, Tuivasa Lewis, Rocco Warley. So yeah, they only have one more space there. And it's going to go to Jandiroba Aguilar. Actually, Maya McCann. All right. So now we just need to book the prelims for all these shows. And I think I'm going to start booking 10 prelims for every single show. Yep. So let's go ahead and do it. So first let's check if we have any hometown fighters. No females. And Tristan Connolly. So welterweight. And then from here, last fought 6 months ago. It's quite a bit. Couple Canadians. Okay, last fought 6 months ago. Taylor versus Murata. Checking for more hometown fighters. How are you guys doing? Booking up the rest of the prelims as I'm almost done. No female fighters from New Jersey. Michael Trezano is from New Jersey, featherweight. See any hometown fighters here? Lightweight, bantamweight, and lightweights. Go and do this one. And Omar Morales also get on there from Venezuela. I didn't realize that was the Caribbean versus Jay Dodds. And then we already we took care of those. So now let's just book up the rest of these cards. Hours in now. Booking the entire month of December. Let's see if there's anybody who's 9 months. get this guy if he hasn't fought in a long time. Batgirl. Cody Osborne. Let's go and do this one. Nate Landwehr. Matt Sales. Welterweights. We've tried to get this guy to fight a couple times. Looks like he's going to lose against anybody we put him up against. So who's the most even fight for him? Looks like this guy, Christian Savoy. Vagabov. Love that name. 20-0, huh? Ooh, Brennan Allen versus Marvin Vittori, huh? Oscar Piachota. Versus Tom Breeze. Looks like that's the fight to make. One more fight here. Okay. Alright, Ivan Errol Hulk Shirkatov versus Devin Clark. Alright. Alright, 10 prelims now for the ABC card. Let's see that. No, let's see, there. Krause versus Sato. Do that. Themba Gorimbo. Tim Elliott at bantamweight versus Hunter Azure. Bobby Green at lightweight. Thiago Moises. Going to give it to him. So now we have two more. Well, actually, just one more, because, yeah. So just 6 more fights to book here. Joe Soto. So, bantamweight. Yuan Lu. Stuart Griffin. Heavyweight, welterweight. Heavyweight, and then we'll keep going at welterweight. Alex Morono versus Nicholas Dalby. Alright. So the rest of these still need to be booked up. And then, yeah, so Rocco Warley still needs to be booked. Vera versus Kennedy still needs to be booked. And then all these still need to be, you know, entered in. But as for now, that's it. We're done booking. And boy, what a time we've had. Look at all the signings we're about to make. A lot more stuff about to go on. And it's definitely going to help that we're doing 10 prelims a show now. 3 hours and a half of straight booking and just me either being very quiet because I'm thinking or just rolling off the tongue just what's on my mind. So if you've stayed this long and if you've watched all of it, thank you. If not, I understand, but this is important parts of the save, so got to do it. The next time that I see you guys will be for Blades versus Volkov. UFC on ESPN, Blades versus Volkov. Blades versus Volkov, the main event. Ryan Hall versus Tukagov, the co-main event. Take a look at the prelims there if you would like. Also, this Coming up is Brunson versus Weidman. Look at that card. Brunson, Weidman, Oliveira, Gillespie, Korean Zombie versus Cub Swanson, Cowboy Cerrone versus Trinaldo, Stephen Struve versus Walt Harris, Gary Rodriguez versus Arnold Allen. Great card. Can't wait to bring them to you. So that's going to do it for me. AZPlow21 is the channel name. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I will see you guys later.